Hi VC, back again with my third and final Gimme 10 from 1985. This kind of rounds up just about everything else I have from that year. There's a couple of records I haven't included, but... So, let's get cracking on this. Hopefully get this done in 10 minutes, so it's nice and short. First one. Dream Academy. Lovely sounding record. Got the hit Life in a Northern Town on it, which I think was a top 10 hit in America. Only made the top 20 over here. I played this last night and it is such a lovely sounding record. Just completely different from a lot of the other stuff I was listening to. Things like The Edge of Forever, In Places on the Run. I think it's a trio, and you got Kate. I think it's Kate St. John, who was played oboe and like woodwind on it, so it's got a really distinctive sound, and they never really got the success that they probably should have done. But then they probably didn't produce a song that was as good as Life in a Northern Town. But this is a lovely listen. So there we go. This is the first Damned record I've shown. I don't actually have any early Damned records on vinyl. I mean, New Rose obviously is just everybody should have somewhere on CD or something. But this is the first one I got. This is Phantasmagoria. It's probably not their best record. They kind of went a bit gothy on here. This is where they started their gothy phase. And it had a couple of hits on it. Actually had a couple of hits on it. Rimley Fiendish and Shadow of Love. I think Eloise, the massive hit they had, came out the year after. Or it came out in 86. Street of Dreams is a good track. Sanctum Sanctorum. Edward the Bear's a bit rubbish. But it's not a brilliant album, but it's a fairly solid album. You can just tell from... I've still got the merchandise. There we go. I mean, just from the imagery, you know that they've gone... Look, there we go. They've gone gothy. Whoops. But, yeah. It's a good album. Good, solid album. I did love this. Even if Grimly Fiendish does sound a bit like Madness. I know Fred doesn't like this album. This is Songs from the Big Chair. I really enjoyed their Stadium Rock album. Bombastic to the last. I think I really like it. Shout, I just absolutely loved it. I had that on a 7-inch before I got the album. Everybody Wants to Rule the World. I disliked that song for the longest time, but I've started listening to it again recently, and it's actually really good. Mother's Talk, which is a great track. I Believe, Broken, Head Over Heels. It's just a great, great, bombastic pop record. And sometimes that's all you need. This next one, completely different. Stormtroopers of Death. Speak English or Die. This was a now I can't remember. Oh, I'm terrible. It's members of Anthrax with Billy Milano, and I can't remember what band he's from. I'm sure somebody will tell me. But this is hard and fast thrash. Just great. Just great from start to finish. It's just brilliant. I mean, you've got most of the songs are sub 2.5 minutes. A lot of them are sub 1 minute. The last 3 tracks are 5 seconds, 4 seconds, and 2 seconds. Last track is Diamonds and Rust extended version, which is 2 seconds long. Just love it. just showing their love of hardcore punk and thrash. I mean, there's Scotty in with a Circle Jerks t-shirt on. Just a great record. There we go. More bombastic stadium rock. This is This is Simple Minds and Once Upon a Time. Nowhere near as good as the previous two albums. This is probably where most people think that Simple Minds lost it. But there's still some good songs on here. It's definitely post Don't You Forget About Me. You can just tell that from the kind of songs. I think they were trying to chase the Yankee Dollar. But things like Ghost Dancing, Alive and Kicking, Sanctify Yourself, All the Things She Said. Yeah, it's okay. I quite like it anyway. But more bombastic stuff. Oh yeah, they were trying to be U2 here as well. But not as good. Bit of hair metal. Can't go wrong with a bit of hair metal. Rat, Out of the Cellar. Yeah, this is classic. Look at them. Look at the state of them. Just great. You're in Love. Between the Eyes. What You Give Is What You Get. It's just straight ahead. Glam metal. Love it. Really good album with one of the singles of the year on this. This is Southern Accents by Tom Petty. Don't Come Around Here No More was, for me, one of the songs of the year. I think it's an album I've got to revisit because I got this and I never really played it often enough. I think it's definitely something I've got to revisit. I do remember the track Rebels. That's good. Southern Accents, the title track. But I've got to revisit that. And for Headley, I actually bought that in Boots in Wood Green in about 1986. I think it was cheap. It was about $2.99. But they used to sell records as well. Those good old days when Boots sold records. This next one, Propaganda, Secret Wish. More ZTT stuff. Propaganda were Claudia Brooken and others. Michael Mertens, Suzanne Freitag and Ralph Dorper. German band brought over by ZTT. They had two top 40 singles, which were Dr. Mabuse, which is brilliant, and Jewel, which another fantastic track. That was one of the best tracks of '85 as well. But this is good synth pop with that ZTT twist in that arched eye. You can just hear the arched eyebrow on most of their releases. There was another record from '84 that I should get sometime, which is Who's Afraid of the Art Noise, which is one of the best records of all time. That probably changed my life in a way that Smiths did as well. I mean, being exposed to this stuff when you're about 16 is just amazing. And then the pap you get now, anyway. The last Newman album I got on vinyl was The Fury. Not a patch on his earlier stuff, but it's still got some decent tracks on it. Things like Call Out the Dogs and Your Fascination. Your Fascination's a great song. But he was kind of reaching that late 80s nadir that he fell into, where he went completely out of favour. I don't think any of the singles went top 40. I don't think the album sold that much. But it's a good record. Not as good as, obviously his classics, but it's still a good record. Looking all dapper on the back. And the front. There we go. With a lovely glass of wine on there, just so he's, looking very sophisticated. There we go. And then just to round off 1985, one of the biggest records of '85, They had top 10 hits at last. It was Marie and Misplaced Childhood. Nowhere near as good as Script and Fugazi, but it's kind of I like listening to this now and again because it takes me back to '85. I mean, things like Kaylee and Lavender, Heart Lothian, Lords of the Backstage. Yeah, it's great. I mean, pompous, yes. Nostalgic, yes. And with that, my trawl through 1985 is over. Thanks for, if you stayed with me through all 3 videos, thanks for watching. I hope it's brought back some memories for those of you who were there. I hope it's introduced people to a few records that they really should listen to if you weren't. So, thanks VC, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.